everyone, welcome to Craftworks. Today I'm going to share with you this bench fold card. So the reason behind this is I made this one a long time ago, and the recipient contacted me and asked me to make her some of these. And I thought, well, do you know, as I'm going to be getting all my measurements out, because I have my own little Bible that I've created over the years, I thought, why not try it as a Christmassy card? So here it is, using the delicate pines. I will have to go off and die cut during this because I need to show you how these dies work. I am by no means an expert at lining them up, so forgive me. So let's just get started. I'm going to move that over there and move that over there. So we need a piece of cardstock that measures 4 inches by 11. So this is already 11. And we need to score this at 1/2 inch, 2, 4 and 5.5. We need another piece that measures 5.5 by 2 3/4, and we are going to score this at 1/2 inch and at 2, and that's those pieces. Then we need a piece of white at 5 1/4, two pieces at 3 3/4. So this is for our sentiment piece on the back, the writing piece on the back. Then we need a piece that measures 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. We can use that on another project. And now this piece we need to be at 2.5, which kind of is, by 3 1/4. And this piece sits on here. Okay, so this over here is scrap, so I'm going to just get rid of all of my scrap pieces. I'm using all of these pieces. Now my designer series paper, we need one piece that measures, so I don't actually know if this is directional, so I'm going to cut it at 5 inches. So I don't think it is, I don't think it matters. 3 1/2, so 5 inches by 3 1/2, and that's going on there. 1 1/2 by 3 1/2, trying to get the berries over here on this side, and that's going on that piece. And then 2 1/4 by 3. So that's what you have left from your 12-inch piece. Okay, so now it's just a case of, let's just glue this all together. So let's start off here. Okay, so we're folding it all the same way, like that. We need to put our piece here first. And we're gonna put that there. It looks kind of straight. Now I've got bigger border at the bottom. I don't really mind because you're not going to see that. This piece is going to cover it. Okay, but what I didn't want to do was cut a little piece and then have it showing behind. So we're going to pop this down and we'll create a nice edged border at the top and sides. So now I'm going to put glue here, and this is how I'm going to attach it. I'm going to close the card like that onto it, okay, and then push it the other way so it folds like that. It will all make sense, I promise. It's really easy. So it just dropped on the floor. Okay, and now I'm going to push that up there, and if you've done your scoring correctly, it works. Whichever way you choose to glue it, you could, it doesn't matter, do it this way. So this is going on next because we're just going to have a little piece peeking out either side. And a bit of glue on this one. My son's going to be 21 on Thursday. 21! Can you believe it? I don't know where the time goes. And if you're expecting an amazing 21 birthday card from me, I didn't make him one. I know, if only I knew someone who made cards, right? I hear that all the time. I actually bought one because I bought him a really cool one actually, and it gives all of the information about the year he was born. So house prices, petrol prices, things like that, because I think he should realise how things have got so expensive. So I just thought he might be interested, that's all. So fold this piece like this. Now we're going to attach this piece to the middle. It's going to line up with the bottom of this card. Okay, so you could measure this, but I don't. Okay, what I do is I do that. I close the card. I eyeball it. I try to get it even both sides. Kind of is. It's nice and straight. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel it back and put glue just along the top piece here and squish it, and then that will keep it where I want it to be. So I've laid it flat like this. Okay, I hope you can see this. The flappy piece is here. Okay, and I'm going to put glue along that line. Push this down flat. Push this piece in and stick that down. Then I'm going to push it up and that's that piece stuck down. Put my panel on here. Now you could, if you wanted to, you could just put a big sentiment and a bit of bling ribbon, and that would do. Just need to, there we go, that's good. So that's what we could do, but we're not going to do that. Okay, this is my back panel. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, just a second ago when I did this, I was fighting the size of paper that I had, okay, because I was being mean, desperately trying to use up bits and pieces. So, I'm using Pretty Peacock for the larger image, Garden Green for the one that I'm going to stamp in the centre. Now, this stamp has 3 little berries in the middle here. Okay, now essentially that is what you're trying to line up. I am not going to bend myself out of shape trying to do that. So, I'm going to just pop this down, give it a really good press, and I don't think that's stamped particularly well there. So I'm going to go again. I'm not going to try and line it up, I'm just going to go over a new piece, flip that over, much better. Okay, so I'm going to move that to one side. Now with my Garden Green, this is the stamp that I'm using. And what I actually did was I just looked to see that it was even in the gaps here. Okay, and by some miracle it all lined up. And I've managed to do it again. I'm going to take that as beginner's luck. Okay, now this one is our back piece. Just going to stamp a little one in the corner, because let's face it, we end up with a lot of writing of Christmas cards. Wouldn't it be nice if we could just do to and from? I'm going to take that off. I'm going to put Winter Wishes in the middle. That will do. And then I've got a piece of scrap here, measures around ½ inch. Let's face it, we all have these little teeny tiny offcuts, and I'm just going to, there we go. So now I need to go and cut some pieces. So for this, I'm just snipping about there. The die. This is the die I'm using, nice big one. So bear with me. I've got Harvey lid on the floor next to me, which is really awkward. And that there is my die cut piece. Oh. Stepping over the dog. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to put dimensionals I'm not going right up to the corners, I'm just putting it in the middle pieces here. Just making sure I'm still in camera shot. There we go. Pop that there. And my sentiment, I'm just going to put glue on. I'm not putting glue right the way to the end. Just leaving like a little finger's width, really. And if you didn't line that piece up, you just cover it over anyway. And there we have it. That there is our finished Christmas card. So this is my original. So I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope it inspires you to start making your Christmas cards. And if you make a version of this, please share it with me. Also, like my videos, share them with your friends. And I will see you again soon. Bye bye.